Smokes on the main cross, Fasher and Mezzy forming up to try hold the defensive. Backup is a little bit further away. The taps are coming through blind against Tabson though. They've done some damage, the HGs are at the ready, but the counter Molotovs are also in play.
And that's going to try and break the setup ever further back, allow those HGs to not go off just yet. And now for Big, it's about getting into those post-party positions and wasting time with the bomb down.
And just those taps on Tabson for the time being the main damage being done to Big. Mezzy, again, trying to take point. They've yet to reveal their hand here, Fnatic.
It all comes down to that crane smoker out towards the alley in position. Give themselves the coverage to get back onto the bomb.
It's a perfect smoke for it as well. Mezzy making his way up, trying to get in amongst that smoke onto the defuse perhaps. He's tapped it, he's stuck here. Keto, one kill, nothing else coming through. Mezzy's still on the bomb and he's held it together for Fnatic as they sneak it out to start this matchup against Big.
And it's Mezzy, it's the IGL and the captain of the team to make it happen. I like what they do there. Rather than just getting the crane smoke down and allowing themselves to fight back towards ramp, they realize where that bomb's planted for and it changes. They put that smoke onto the bomb and it's just distraction. It's as many players in there from Fnatic as possible just to start taking cash as possible. So look to go in with that Mac 10. It's going to be very quick in for a split in mid.
Sin and Tabson straight up. Tabson will go falling first, but Sin catches Fasher trying to escape. That's now an AK on the T side to work with.
It seems like they want to try and slow it down. Even Roy to peek back out towards the elevator, sees exactly what's going on. Incendiary down, he still gets the safety.
And AWP and Nikodos can strike. Sin has fallen. 4-on-3 still for Fnatic, but they've traded places with the T-side line. Keto finally gets that AWPer and Farman swings around the corner to drop them now to 2 players on Fnatic, get that bomb down and all.
To beat them with pace. What an excellent round this has been so far from Big. Now you've got Mezzy and Cove, him and Pep sort of try and work together. There's still an aggressive sightline coming through from Keto. It's all about breaking this setup apart.
Slow but sure, they creep their way forward, trying to find a pick to even up the man standing. And Mezzy can't do it against Farvin. Pepzor suddenly alone, 1-on-3. Fragged up by Keto. And that's their first on the board of Big.
And what a steal that is from Big. And they look at that round, don't invest all the way down.
The rifles that they can gain out, still an SMG for Roy in this one. He's charging very far forward as well in towards the alley position. Tarps undetected as of right now by the Big side. They're also passive.
And this makes a lot of sense when you consider the buy state. Mezzy already getting that first pick. They don't know about Roy just yet.
Pre-firing general positions in the behind smoke angles. Roy does catch Keto ahead. One small gap there between the Tarps and the smoke itself. And a 5-on-3 has been gained by Fnatic. Tabson is trying to hunt down Fasher, but he's unsuccessful. Drops the bomb for it, and the CTs are taking full control.
Oh, the AWP goes down, and Roy might just have to keep fighting. Him and Fasher to establish the crossfire. Tested to a double OT. They managed 9 rounds on that CT side. They're already up 4-1. And Tabson playing behind the util here towards the ramp control. Notice the way that Fnatic are changing their defaults on the CT side. We get the aggressive maneuvers towards ramp in previous rounds. This time around it's out towards mid, but Nikodos just gets caught by the flash.
That flash perfect from Sin. You can see him trying to adjust, trying to read where Crimbo was, but overcooked it. Allowing that kill to go the way of the T side despite being a massive window for the shot to ring out. Roy does get the trade back on Keto though. It is a 4-on-4 scenario. Even standings for the time being. It's careful placement back in that mid position.
And Mezzy just trying to spam down out towards the B side just in case there's a follow-up lurk. And even up towards the tight. Oh, you can see Roy just slightly overextending towards the brigade. Ends up falling. Fasher then just gets caught by Tabson as well.
Oh, he's picking them all up. Looking towards the outside to hold his nerve, hold his position, and Fnatic are just backing out of here. Bomb down, nothing Fnatic can do.
And this for Big is now the opportunity to take more weapons out of the round. Look at Farfan. They keep progressing him. He should at least drop one more.
Could be a chance to get one exit for Mezzy. They'll upgrade to that AK-47. Appropriate time to do so. Get a little bit more firepower going in the next round for Fnatic. They have a little bit of money basis to potentially drop, but the loss bonus being so low does not mean it's going to be an easy buyback.
And we could be going back and forth for a few rounds here. That swing of momentum, breaking both teams' economies. And we always know it's going to be a little bit rougher, more of a challenge when you're on the CT side, if that's the case.
Sacking up. It's a little something for them.
I do wonder when Fnatic are going to be a little bit more reactive out here towards the B side, start taking some map control away, getting aggressive down towards the stairs. We haven't seen much when it comes to info plays outside of the ramp control. Very passive, very cautious here from Big.
AWP and Nikodos happy to play to that caution, sitting back at the alley control, having Roy with smoke at the ready. Flashes will come in, will drive that AWPer back. Incendiary smoke combination, going to try to suppress vision. The AWP will still hold its nerve. Roy sees one. Cinders get caught though. Close range from Fasher, the same as Nikodos starts fragging away with a 3K. Not quite the quadra, but Fasher and Roy are there to clean up the last 2. It's all on Crimbo and a 1-on-4. And there's Roy with his pick. Big backhanded back into reality.
And there might be some question marks on who's going to be AWPing for Big, but there's no question for Fnatic. We know it's nykytilan, and we know his strength out there towards the top of the tarps, just being able to reface, re-peek, react to so much impact. And then, of course...
Unawares of how close he was to seeing Pepsor, though. Pixels away from either player taking contact. That AK's hunting for him. Molotov set, Basher shoulder baiting, does swing back. Pepsor is at least in for a trade, and Sin is low HP.
And Pepsor might try and reface. Even Mezzy being out here towards quad, drops that bomb at white.
Massive frag for them, taps it to fall. Needs a second, that's what he'll get as well. Tech 9 to face an AK and all. Pepsor still fragging, back towards mid. Sin will drop it, Keto is not far behind him. Fnatic extending their lead even more so. Big. It was a very good start there towards mid, but they just couldn't follow it up.
I think back to the Elisa Invitational summer of 2021.
4 rounds to the good. Fnatic in control. nykytilan is AWP. Standing ready to receive them. They'll make their way in. The shot will connect to a tag, not the kill.
He's going to double dip back in, try and see for a little bit more. Might have to end up backing off here. Put more pressure down with the util. Already some rotates coming through. Faster on the way.
Roy just sitting here. nykytilan is AWP. Stella so far, certainly not missing Ali. Second frag found, close quarters against Kimbo. Doesn't quite work out to the triple, but Fasher and Roy once again have his back towards side, back towards ramp, and they clean up Big effective.
And the two highest rated players for Fnatic in the last 3 months on VERTOGO is nykytilan and Roy. And look at what they've been able to do towards ramp. Those two individuals are playing off one another. They're getting trade frags between each other. And even Fasher is just able to deny any further presence aggressively up there from Ali. A slow start here from Big. And again, first time we're seeing it. We saw it in the group stage, but we didn't see it as a map pick in a best of 3.
The way the veto could have gone. The one if there was another option for Big. Obviously, they mentioned on the desk, the Fnatic have a veto advantage by quite the mile. Big going towards this one. Fnatic currently leading by the 5 rounds that they do. You have to wonder if this was the right call to make. It doesn't matter for this round right now. They're in the thick of it. And Keto is taking Roy. nykytilan's quick to respond back at the sandbags. A quick headshot on that AWP. I wouldn't be surprised if he got more here.
And now it's just time stalling. The longer he waits out here towards the sandbags, the more of a chance Fasher has of backing him up.
Swing alongside Mezzy does get picked up by Keto. Fasher with a responsive. That AWP still not escaping. Fire the flashes in from the CT forces. Gives Fasher a lineup, and nykytilan is second. For Big, only pistols pulled out. Imagine there might be a tactical when the next set of rifles come in. Big. The best they're looking at right now is potentially a 6-9 half. Fnatic, surely this is a freebie for them.
Got to imagine so. And Fnatic have proved themselves to have some very strong CT halves. I think back about the one against Astralis in the best of 1, the 14-1 against Astralis on Mirage in the best of 3 and 11-4. They've proved in this event already that they can have mass leads.
Big will be looking for the steal. Found one already here on T side. Lesser weapons to play with this time. The flashes go over and 4 players are stacked up. The nades come in and Mezzy does find an angle to play with.
Out towards quad, just has to keep fighting, get that support in. Big have just got to keep committing.
Making it look easy with these guns. Against these pistols, Big don't stand a chance here. Fnatic will find their freebie, will find their 9th. Crimbo just trying to look to make any...
Mezzy's been the B anchor out towards quad in the multiple rounds we've seen from him yet. Roy and nykytilan always on the front foot here towards the tarps.
Molly sent, Roy wrapping in, Keto. Dived away past the smoke. Roy unawares of how close they really are, but they'll start to hit that utility. Try catch up taps and he'll get him. Keto does counter dink back. Advantage still sits with Fnatic, and finally that trade will come in with Mezzy taking further damage. nykytilan might get pressured here. Still looks in for Keto, and Keto finds the pick.
Even on low HP, he feels like he's got a moment there to start slightly over-peaking. And Fasher, he can start relaying over. Well, they haven't actually acted. Now, while that's happening, look at what Mezzy's done. He's taken that counter-action of aggressing down from B. This means both of the A players, Fasher and Pepsor, can play together.
Holding his position backed up. Fasher making his move in. Sin right there, catches the casualty. Pepsor's very close, though. Could still find these trades. Fnatic might give him another good fight here. Sin is going to get picked up. Pepsor taking a bit of damage back to return. But a 2-on-2 scenario is gained. And Mezzy continues his hunt.
And now it's the patience game. Crimbo trying to see if he can clear up as much of that site as possible, give him an angle onto the likes of Pepsor and win exactly that.
Now, how does Mezzy win this clutch if he does win it at all? Bomb goes down. Of course it would do. And he's made no noise here. They don't know he's coming in from the back.
He's got to try and have some trigger discipline, try and isolate both of these players individually, and get up towards Ali and deal with the first.
No, Keto doesn't even let him go that far. Decent dink, but Kiddos finds that opening pick once again, being tagged up behind the smoke stone, finding a gap to play with. Tabson is low. Niko's also tagged, but he has Fasher right behind him and all. AWP scope in, and Sin's just not ready for it. Fnatic with staggered aggression, getting ahead of that smoke and just ripping them apart again. It's another 5-on-2.
And Nikodos looking for more, waiting for that impact to just continue to rain out. And remember what happened yesterday against Astralis. Think about that first half of Mirage, the first map of the series. What did we see? Aggression towards A-Ramp, aggression towards Connector, aggression towards Palace. On the CT side, they were positive. They were looking for fights. They were always on the front foot. And that's exactly what they're doing here again on VERTOGO.
60 seconds remaining. Crimbo trying to prod forward. The flashes are going over. Roy's M4 trying to spot for them. Crimbo leaning up. Does see him, but Roy backs off.
And for Big, they've just got to be able to try and siphon and punish any of these over-peekers. Roy to peek right back into the angle. Crimbo does catch him.
HP advantage always going to favor Big there. Smoke in towards the elevators, indicating they're going to go towards that B site. You've got one player that's trying to counter aggress. Molotov sent to try driving away from corners. There's Crimbo about to challenge one close. Fasher sees him, gets that kill. And Farvan almost getting tapped up through the smoke himself. 20 seconds left, Bomb is on his back. He's trying to try and counter backstab the B site. But they're good for at least one trade. Pepsor will fall. 13 seconds now, and there's Mezzy with that trade, with that response. Double digits for Fnatic on the CT side.
Now Fasher doing so much work to cancel any of that split back towards the elevators. It's been 5 years since he's been at a grand final at an international LAN.
Being today, HE sent down, of course, the plays from Nikodos, as you would expect here, rocking the AWP, holding out ramp.
The Big could be a little bit quicker this time around with the util pop, trying to get into mid and into B quick.
Incendiary's held back, Fasher swinging, does not quite find vision. HE's are sent, Crimbo takes some damage, and the utility does tag up on Crimbo, who does force out a decent fight back at CT. That's a start for Big.
But actually slow it down towards a mid control and start lurking their way up towards the top of the B stairs. And Big try and cancel and try and see if they can bait a reaction. You've got a lurk still down from Keto towards a lower bomb site. You've got the likes of Keto even waiting to see if he can cut a rotate off Roy, thinking about a re-extension towards CT.
M4 trying to find an angle to play with. Of course, they didn't get that gun back on the T side, so they're still rocking the Tech 9s and Deagles. Working their way around towards the B play. You see Pepzor trying to take position alongside Mezzy, holding the mid control from Scaff. Also got Roy over on that B site. A dominated by Nikodos' orb, will just get that first shot, fall back for the rotations.
Mezzy being able to spam up the first, and Pepzor, does this get cleared?
Not quite, not against Farvan. Crimbo falling. Trade's a bit awkward from Pepzor. He misses out that spray, and Sin comes up with 2, but only 2. It's Keto versus 2, and needs to get the 2 headshots immediately on this Deagle. Sees that one player of Roy. Bomb will just about go down as Roy does not swing for the challenge. Shots not connected to the headshots either. Fnatic continue to romp big here on CT side.
And even when you consider their CT percent when it comes to the round.
Get towards the sandbags, the utility gets thrown over, none to go to his position, flashbang, evaded, Tabson gets another good kill, Farvan also following suit. It's a little bit better for Big. A confident round coming in a little bit too late for my money, but it should be a 4th at least to give a bit more buffer in the second half.
It's a good way to end off the half, you can be happy about that. And it starts with that opening kill down there towards the bottom of the B stairs, and then just the mid challenge. Roy and Nikodos, the Danes, try and retake a 2v5.
You have seen Fnatic battle back from major man disadvantages. This one might be a bit too far gone though. Only Tabson really the low HP player at the T side. Facing from Roy, hyper aggressive Nikodos, who's trying to set up utility and just not even going to get given a chance to do so. Deagle up in mid, catches one, no more than that. 11-4 for Fnatic.
And for Fnatic, this is exactly where you want to be, the breathing room of a very solid first half.
Well, Big might not be Danish, but they player. I understand that he's obviously doing many other things inside the server and inside the comms. but that individuality has allowed Big to get as far as they have right now. They need to see it now in the pistol especially. Fnatic wrapping the corner. Mezi's caught 2 frags already. Pepsol jumps the corner, and Keto doesn't stand a chance against 3.
Well, that's one way to wake up as we go back into the game. And Crimbo to try and deny any accountability of the fast split, but it's just not happening. Fasher with another, Crimbo with a couple, but players all around. The USP's trying to
win on VERTOGO. Again, Big pick this map. Trying to stack their way in towards Ali. niko might get caught off guard. Roy's at least in for a decent trade. Mezi going to follow suit, so no advantage gained by the CT Forces. They almost get Mezi. He stays alive alongside Roy's support. And Keto, AK in hand, he's all alone.
That's a decent effort. Again, you don't have anything in that round. You stack up. You only find 1 kill, so slightly underwhelming when we think about how much damage has actually been done in the round. But for Fnatic, you can almost taste the victory from this point onwards. You are getting so close to one of the most one-sided map wins that we are going to see this entire playoff bracket so far.
Here's Keto's taking names with him. Frag found out to Elevator, rotation coming in from Roy. He's low HP here towards the B site. Might go for another good fight. The bomb, however, is going down towards that A site. The flashbangs, of course, will be heard, and Keto will be aware that no one's here towards B, but will not opt to act towards the A site, at least not initially. Again, just looking for exits. He wants the AK above all else.
It'd be a tiny little upgrade to bring forward into the next round. And Fnatic, though, their main focus is going to be that rifle coming out on top and coming closer to 16. And just knowing that VERTOGO, again, 5 wins, 1 loss. You look at it from the track record of Fnatic and you can understand why we're seeing this. You can understand why they're putting on a good performance and they're putting on a good show.
Number 13. Unlucky for some, not for Fnatic right now. It's 9 rounds in the lead.
And again, they spoke about it on the desk, the way that you've got 5 sound players that could just work off one another. We don't have a kill leader that's spreading by a country mile. It's very tight. And so is that shot from Fasher.
Roy can follow suit on Sin as well. Advantage Fnatic so easily gained. Big showing no resistance. Keto finally gets one back on that 5-7. niko also falls to Farvan's M4. This is starting to stand up here a bit for Big. 3-on-3 scenario. Farvan up close and personal, but runs into Pepzor's spray. Loses life alongside tabseN. And Keto and AK has been picked up. But 9 HP to clutch a 1-on-3. And at this scoreline, maybe he has to go for it here.
I think you have to save, to be honest. I mean, 9 points of health. What are you working with? It's so limited. And even for Pepzor, I think he's been quite limited in this map. We haven't seen much from him. That round's vital, though. It's a 3v3. You're up against an niko. It's getting slightly out of control. And it gets you out of trouble. It gets you those couple of kills that open up the bomb site.
A 15th for Fnatic. Map points on Big's map pick. 11 of them to play with for the international team. And well, I imagine there'll be stern words with God being backstage with the big playing area. This has not been their day, Dweg. They fought so hard to get here. Had some one-sided maps above 500, of course, went toe-to-toe with Sprout yesterday, did so much great work. Here, it's a basis to work from, and Keto does find Roy. Had to start out from ramp. Mezi sneaking in at top. Sin gets Pepzor. Mezi stuck behind them, though. 5-on-3. Sin is traded back by Fasher. This round is not over yet, especially if Keto doesn't win this fight, which he doesn't to Mezi, even up at 3-all.
And now they can start putting some pressure back onto tabseN. Has to relocate, get out towards a crane. Even Fasher starts retreating. And while that's happening, you start thinking, where can Farfan and Crimbo start to act? It's going to be in from behind.
I think they're aware of that backstab. You saw the one player of the T side looking towards that connected position. tabseN's backed away. M4 holding the side, but Farvan quickly closing in the backstab pincers. Mezi's going to watch for it. No, he's not. niko's going to get caught. Farvan with an all-important kill. Back to the advantage of Big here.
And that's going to send them up towards A. They need to try and put some pressure and try to get this bomb down.
Flash is sent ahead of the smokes. Fnatic trying to slow things down, trying to force some uncomfortability out of Big as Mezi wins an important fight against Farvan. That's 2 for him in this round. Crimbo, they're aware of his position. They're tapping through that smoke. They haven't seen him, though. They'll check that corner. Mezi wins the fight and everything. And now it's all on tabseN here. Backed up at the A site, seeing Fasher. Fasher saw him the same. But that bomb's for press back here in the corner. It might have to commit to A.
They've got so much time. They can work together. Tabson's got to deal with both players.
Starting to swing, sees one, but Messi domes him in with the headshot, and that is the most one-sided map we've seen here on the stage. Fnatic taking it on VERTOGO 16-4.
And Messi, my goodness, 23-9 in that first map against Astralis yesterday. He goes 22-8 today. 2 fantastic maps for map number 1 in best of 3 for Messi.
What a statement to send as well in the grand finals. Fnatic was saying, Kito was saying to HLTV yesterday, we're looking to build for the future. We're looking for trophies.